My name is ILKIN. I go by the name of Hanna. I'm the author of Blue Mountain Mist. I'm doing another insert today, and this one has to do with what happens to the body after it leaves, in terms of leaving behind matter and going to a different world, or if you're atheist, just nothing else happens. The problem is when we think of atheists, we think of individuals who just don't believe in God, and that is okay because those individuals have a very strong point that outer space doesn't impact Earth at all. But we can't help but wonder, behind that line of a different galaxy, there has to be another life form. It's not just even possibility. There's probably 100 or so more planets out there with lives and infinite amount of matter that makes up the universe. But that's not the topic today. The topic today is just, I think humans have to be reminded about the variance or the energy needed to depart from one species and go into a next, which is the higher level intelligence. And that's what Hanna is. With great difficulty, some things were made by touching the sky in pain and coming back. It was not a normal experience, and that is what her Sun collection is about. Today, partly with humor, partly with being a regular civilian thrown in, partly with all the drama around the world, she was able to create this little border here. And that is the zone of Hanna. And this Canadian flag is very, very important because it represents identity. So, for example, when if foreign attacks you, you have to weigh and judge exactly what to do at that particular time. Do you A, attack back, B, run for your life, or C, just pass out and faint? That is what happened with Hanna. And in Hanna's case, she did not want to really run because she had to actually study the attacks onto her because it fascinated her, and it was part of the Evolve series. It was part of a lot of different variety of documents starting in 2003 with her Iraq research. So today, with great difficulty and after such horrific pain, she finally reopened her tiniest little publishing house, and it represents the globe's historical societies, and she calls it, this tiny little room right here is called Vatican number 2. Now you have to understand, because of this, we had militia in Canada, and I am really thanking Russia today. They got replaced with lethal snipers. It's not because of the story, it's because of the generation and what she's doing for humanity. For humanity, what she's doing is doing a micro little city, or she's trying to lift it up. So to use the revenue from Blue Mountain Mist and all the things, bringing up the light, all the documents she created, part of this little Vatican number 2, and create a little sample of a town that is not like Mormon, because she finds Mormon really old and outdated. Not like Shanghai, because Shanghai is not a sustainable existence, but rather a micro setting that is completely based off green. And we are hoping with the movie, with the interactives, if she does it, you will understand why she got the name Prophet. But it has been with great difficulty, because when she got attacked, and you have to understand, this was over 20 years ago, probably the first major assault. She fought back, and the reason is, again, she had to study what the hell's going on, and it was at a mega cost to her over the course of years. So right now she's alone, but Canada is the one who was very, very special. Canada's name means the land of God. So between the first revelation at St. Joseph's Oratory and then the second revelation, Front Street Church, those two completely different timelines, 28 and 45 years old, that is very, very important for part of the divination story. So all the things you are seeing right now is you are actually just watching a chosen build the future. And in the future, she might not look like that because that is not a media appropriate face. And again, this is when she was younger. You have to forgive the Indians. They kind of darkened her, but she's very, very white and her eyes are frozen because of the enhancers. And she has actually greenish eyes, but at least you're getting a chance to see the authentic before we do mega alterations to the project. And why are we doing that? We are doing that because we want to give future children who are part of intelligence agencies secrets that make them feel special because they have very hard jobs. But today, because of her anthropology work and because of her making everyone Jews and special and bringing up the value of human life, because of that, we are pushing the ethics that she was raised in Canada with, pushing the morality that she was raised in Canada with, and we don't want any more injuries. The movie is quite interesting. May she have the life to finish. And again, if you notice, a lot of changes. Her nose was changed, her lips were changed, her eyes were changed. Everything, continuous battles, back and forth, because they are trying to control, a man is trying to control this tiny little publishing house, which is really not tiny. It contains the globe's abstracted history. It is a mega project, a really mega project. It looks tiny because she, for the longest time at the food bank, was working alone to try to protect civilians in the hidden combat. So you're getting an overview. All of these close to 200 videos will make you see why she got the title of prophet. And a regular human, and in the 100 years from now, it will be transposed to look like a completely different media-friendly personnel. With a lot of profanity and verbiage and a lot of things that were not proper in her regular settings. But when pushed to war, it was really very, very ugly. It took years to calm her down. A lot of kicking, a lot of fighting. She looks like a cute little woman right now, but a complete nightmare back then when we got attacked. In the hidden conflict. So that is where we are right now. We are hoping you support it. We have to control the mail portion of it. The banks are next. We are going down the list to try to funnel the proper cash that overseas is trying to give her. And again, a big thank you to Russia for switching the militia to actual snipers in the area, or their secret service. So thank you again to our Turkic people of Russia that over the years got so brutally also injured. Russia is one of Hanna's stronghold of where the band of Asiatic native Blue Eyes was born. That northern border of Russia and China is where her heritage is from. And here's a secret, probably the real Christ is from that region as well. So this is where we are today. Thank you for your support.